because I really do think you're in a state of vulnerability and like you're super fragile. Sometimes I wonder like, oh, if my ex did want to talk to me, like would I still be in that relationship?
Right, like have gotten back.
Ask, maybe we could just like, I feel like it's been a while since we've talked about our own experiences in like a tangible event.
Oh yeah, you're right, actually.
Right?
Yeah, this is our PPD.
Yeah, this is. Don't forget it. Don't you forget it.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know why I feel like possessive over it, like, or like coining that term almost.
Should we like
because like people have started like, I've started to notice people say like, oh, how like their Instagram profile, for example, has shifted from it being kind of planned out and
my highlight reel,
or you know, like very like the same aesthetic to it being just their personal diary. And I was like,
we need to coin that.
Yeah, like that's a bulgogi podcast.
Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe we need to edit our description on Instagram.
Patent it.
I burped.
Maybe we just, yeah, I heard. Dude, my sister and I do that all the time, and I just beat you there.
Yeah, you did. You did. Why do you think I was going?
Well, you really win when you breathe onto the person when they have to like take in the breath, you know?
Dude, that's crazy.
But you like lost in the sense where
I just
like I didn't have
air.
You have like, I guess smaller lungs than I do. Do it again. Ready? Set. Go.
Julie, you're just making me laugh.
What does it smell like? Yummy. Chicken. Or like pineapple? Or watermelon?
To be honest, I think I'm only smelling my own breath, which is samgyeopsal.
Oh yes, samgyeopsal.
You good? You are we good?
Maybe this is a little plugged actually.
Oh,
so breathe on me all you want. I literally am so congested. It's just kind of stuffy.
You gotta phlegm all that out. You gotta just like spit it all up.
I know. I'm really concerned because I feel like you start to adopt, especially like your significant other, and like their
lingo.
Just them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I feel like I used to not, my allergies weren't bad, and maybe I was just oblivious and didn't categorize it as allergies.
Right.
But he's allergic to dogs, so I think I'd be so sad if I was allergic to dogs. And he's allergic to peach skin, but you know, peach is my favorite fruit. Peach is his favorite fruit too. But it's
only the skin?
Well, it's just like fuzzy fruits in general.
So kiwis.
But you're not eating a kiwi skin. But like, what would it be?
Sorry, I could only think of peaches.
But anyways,
okay.
This week, my friends, I have a pretty fun update.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I do. I watched Everything Everywhere all at once,
or as I like to call it, everything.
Yeah, because it's like too confusing.
Yeah,
like it's too long to type it out in text also. So like, what about just like, hey, I watched E. Okay, so when you do watch it, because I know you haven't watched.
Can you do, oh my gosh, dolphin impression? Do you remember that from like season 1?
I forgot.
Dude, that's crazy.
Okay, let's see if there has been any sort of improvement.
Okay, would you like to start?
No, I can't because I don't even know what they do.
Is that it?
That's pretty freaking good.
That was pretty accurate, right?
That was pretty freaking, it was like semi-dolphin, semi-seagull. Like you sounded like a seagull.
Yeah. I can hear it. It's okay. They're in the same like genre, right?
What?
I mean, it's not like they're the same family, but I want to say genre because ocean.
Like, okay.
You know, like Redondo Beach Pier. Like those are the two animals I think of.
Oh my god, that totally just reminded me of that game. There's this like Korean family on TikTok.
Okay.
And that game where you say a word and you say the words until you get to the same word.
Wait, should we play that?
I would love to play that, but I would never propose playing this game with the 9 of us because y'all are going to be like, I can never play with Julie because her thought process is too weird and we'd never end up in the same word.
No, I feel like you would be good at this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you're just very bad at code names.
Code names? Oh, yeah. Yeah, code names, and I apparently also wavelength.
Dude, you were on a different wavelength for sure.
Okay, I feel like my answers are very justified.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Okay, so like...
Think of your word.
Yeah.
Do we have to explain the game? You guys
No,
know
I
what
think
we're
people
talking
know.
about,
Yeah,
right?
people know, and if they don't know, then you don't know. Oh well.
Yeah, context clues. Just figure it out.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just see like what I'm confident in. But yeah, you can't normally take this long.
I have a word already.
Okay.
Ready?
1, 2, 3. Heaven.
Teeth.
Okay.
Ready?
1, 2, 3. Tooth gem.
Oh, that's not what I was gonna say. Sorry, I was gonna say angel. Okay, angel, tooth gem.
You can't just not say your word like that, my friend.
I got really nervous. You were looking too deeply into my eyes.
Was I looking into your eyes or was I looking into your teeth?
Oh, I guess.
Gem.
Okay.
Okay, wait, you gotta think about it.
So between
tooth gem and angel.
I know. Okay.
Tooth gem and angel? I think this is way too niche and way too specific. Tooth gem and angel.
Tooth gem and angel.
A tooth gem and angel. I
Wait,
do
this is
have
really.
a word.
You have a word?
I have a word.
Wait, how do you have a word? I can't. My
I think
brain.
we're so bad at this
My
game.
brain is literally freezing.
That was round 2. Let's see how many rounds it takes us to get to the same word. Are you ready?
Gem and angel. No.
Well, you just have to be. You can't really think about it.
Okay.
It's just like whatever word comes to your mind.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Hana.
Wings. Oh.
Okay,
Wings.
you know we're trying to get to the same
Yeah,
word,
I do.
right?
But then it's like the word that's correlated to the previous words.
Oh, maybe I don't know how to play the game. Well, but if I was tooth gem, well, it's not correlated to the previous word. It's like with the two words, what's the commonality? It's like what?
Yeah, exactly.
Wings and tooth gem.
But then angel.
I'm not judging you.
Angel.
You're
okay,
right.
what was the
Hana
new
and
word?
wings.
Hana and wings. Okay, I have
Hana
one.
and wings.
Yeah, I have one.
You have a word?
Yeah.
I don't have a word. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Church.
Airplane.
Wait, church and
Oh,
airplane?
I have one. We went to church today, so
You can give me clues like that. Wait.
okay. Sorry, I'm cheating. That was 4.
Church
Church and airplane.
and airplane?
Yeah, I'm not giving you any hints.
Okay.
Church and airplane.
Okay. I think I have the word.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Dreamland.
Kenya? Oh no! Did you hear my word?
Dreamland.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Basketball! Wait, what? No!
I said bridge.
Bridge. I said basketball.
Okay.
Wait. You know? I think I know. Do you know? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Dijon! Wow. He'd be so proud of us. He was so proud of us. Okay, did you guys even hear what we said? We said Dijung. Our guest that was on previously, our friend Daniel Jung.
Yes.
What a fun game.
That was really fun. Okay.
What a fun game.
Okay, well, did you also have a fun week?
Yes, I had a fun week. Oh yeah, so this was actually sprouted because this sprouted because I watched That's my dolphin.
Oh, that was
That's
very
my
good.
dolphin.
That was very good.
Okay.
No spoilers also because I haven't watched it.
Absolutely no spoilers.
Yeah.
But like should I go into like how I felt about the movie in terms of like what like one word, 1, 2 words?
Yeah.
3 words. I hated it.
What?
Okay, actually, I take that back.
That's a hot take.
Yeah. Okay, 90% I hated it, but I think the more that I think about the concept of the movie,
Okay.
very interesting.
Okay.
I think that's why when I don't even know if you've asked people like, oh, what'd you like think about it? Like, what's it about? Nobody will give you an answer.
Yeah, because nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah. And when you come out of the movie, you'll feel exactly the same way. Do you remember when I told you how I hated uncut gems?
Yeah, I do.
I had like it put me in the same mood. I felt the same way. Like I was like grumpy after I came out of the movie because it was 3 hours long. And like I cannot tell you what the point of the movie is. And I feel frustrated because so many people were like, it's so good. Am I missing something here? Like, do I not have the artistic perspective or the eye of like sure, the fashion was great. Okay, that's as much as I'll go. The fashion was great.
Okay.
But like, am I missing something here?
To be honest, both my roommates, they came back and they were like, that was truly everything everywhere all at once. And I didn't know what was going on until the last 10 minutes, and then it ended, and I was like, what? So that's what they said about it. So I have no idea. I haven't watched it. But then, whereas like Kara
loved it.
Dude, she's like, oh my gosh, everyone needs to watch this. Like, I cried. Like
what part did you cry? Like, why did you cry? I don't get it.
I don't know.
And so, okay, but the highlight of this event during the week is the fact that it was so fucking boring. You're gonna be shook. You might have already noticed it. I bit my nails off. Do you see how short they are? I haven't bit my nails since middle school. And I was like so grumpy.
Because you bit your nails?
Movie. No. Or it was just so boring. I don't know how to like pick the eye booger.
Oh, because you
like, how do you how do you scratch your scalp without like how do you scratch your scalp?
I gotta say, your teeth to hand coordination is quite good, because that's very clean.
Oh, but also they were kind of fragile. So I think another reason I bit them off is because this one broke. I was pushing in a drawer and it like pushed into the drawer on top, and so it bent and it was about to break. And I was just so sad because I was supposed to do my nails yesterday morning, and I feel like if I had done my nails, then I wouldn't have. Right?
No, exactly. When my nails are done, oh, beautiful. But like as soon as things start peeling, I am a wreck of a human.
Yeah. And so now I have to just wait for them to grow back out. And I'm so disappointed.
Wait, you should paint them now so you don't peel them again, you know?
Yeah. They're just so tiny. I think I'd be upset by the nail do. You know when they're, I don't know, like when they're kind of short and you do your nails, they feel thick also.
Yeah.
Like kind of stubby.
Yeah, kind of stubby.
But that's all I'll say about the movie.
Okay.
It's cool. It's cool. I just feel like I've really wasted 3 hours of my life, and it made me feel exactly the same way Uncut Gems made me feel. But did you? Yeah. Did you watch Uncut Gems?
No, I did not watch Uncut Gems.
Yeah. Because that too, people were like, oh my God, it's amazing, right? And I came out of it like that was the shittiest movie ever.
Well, okay, that's the thing is, I don't know if you know this about me. I'm not a huge movie person.
Yeah.
But also, you know what I've been thinking about recently?
What?
Is I don't really have anyone to watch movies with. I know that you invited me yesterday to watch the movie with you, but then I was like, oh, I'm a little busy.
Yeah.
But like, other than that, everyone just watches movies without me. My parents went to watch Top Gun. Kara went to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Why don't you say
with her boyfriend? Like Ali and Joyce both watched it together. Like nobody watches movies with me. I was like, that's kind of sad, dude. I was like, should I go to a movie alone?
Why not? If you do, I'll give you a movie ticket.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'll give you one.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Okay,
cool. So that's that. And then we went to a music concert.
What were you saying?
Because like, what else would a concert be, right?
Yeah. I think concert, like the word is just specifically for music.
I went to a concert.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, we went to go see Dijon.
What story are you gonna tell?
Which I was gonna say, when I told my parents, they were like, "Oh, what are you gonna do with Dijon?" So they thought it was the friend that we just mentioned, also. But it's like funny. Dijon.
Okay, the story that I was gonna tell was we went, "Oh, we're going to Dijon. Like, do you know him?" And then Lauren goes, "I love Dijon mustard or honey Dijon." And we were like, yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait, there is no artist. Wait, there is an artist.
Honey Dijon or something, right? Or I think it's Honey Dijon.
I think it's Honey Dijon.
Yeah.
We were like literally looking up. No, wasn't the Honey Dijon? Because we were looking at a lineup.
We were looking at a lineup for something.
Yeah,
I don't really remember.
I don't remember either. But yeah, he was by far the most musically talented. I was trying to say musically artistic. Yeah, musically artistic.
I don't think those two.
I was gonna say artistically.
Musically.
What? Just but musically talented. He was the most musically talented, or the most musically talented performer that I've ever seen.
Wait,
right?
Genuinely, that week I went to 2 of my top 5 favorite shows I've ever been to in my life.
Oh, really? Oh, Oh, what's the second one?
Raven Lene.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she is like.
And where was that one?
That was at the El Rey. And so.
What's that? Where's that?
El Rey is in like mid Wilshire. It's very close, like 5 minutes from here.
Okay.
But Dijon, holy moly. It was at the Wiltern.
Funniest. Yeah.
Oh, it was
So sorry you were not able to get the photo of his name on
gosh.
the Wiltern marquee because
it was really sad. Actually,
Yeah.
you know, I took some photos prior to going in, but after we
good.
came out, they had already changed the name.
they are quick.
Dude, it was so sad.
quick.
But I think the biggest thing about Dijon was like the transitions, because
Yeah.
I think Beyonce is queen of transitions. Like you realize that her performances are just one long set. I think same with Dijon.
Did you see Beyonce?
Yeah, at
did
the
you see-
Rose Bowl
When was
with our friend Michelle. This was like 2019 maybe.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was like when I was going to a lot of concerts. But then after that, I was like, I'm never going to Rose Bowl again because it took like 3 hours to get out.
Yes,
it was crazy. But yeah, I think every single song, like the set list, the way that like they kind of like organize the entire thing, and even like to the stage design.
Oh, so beautiful.
Right?
Yeah. It reminded me of a campfire. Okay, low-key it reminded me of like a retreat.
Yeah.
And,
It was very
all of us
intimate.
were, like at a church retreat, singing praise. Well, because
spiritual
everyone was
high.
like,
Uh-huh.
well, because his style of music is very like slow, belted out, like
ballads,
yeah,
yeah.
right. So everyone's just like singing like their hearts out, kind of, but in a slow, not like chanty way.
Yeah,
just
it was, like, actually beautiful.
Yeah, like a.
Like a participation-y type.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
how to yeah. And so no, it was honestly, I don't know what the order is. I think he's like top 2.
Yeah. I know for me, like these, well, for me, I seriously go for just like hang out with our friends, right? And the kind of opportunities to go to these events together to talk about it. Because I did some of my research: strawberry, raspberry, candlelight, satellite, television, x-ray vision. What's it going to take for you to listen? Well, right?
Yeah.
I did a little bit of studying, but I always come out of the concerts listening to them more.
Yeah.
So yeah, do I wish I would have known a bit more of his songs going into it to sing along with the rest of the crowd? Yes. But I mean, it was still a very good, like, a good experience.
Yeah, minus.
Yes, minus. Oh my goodness.
Bro.
Let's talk about concert etiquette for a bit.
Okay, please. Because I have never freaking been to a show where the people in front of us were like incredibly rude. Like so incredibly rude.
Like, why didn't I say anything? I think it was a little entertaining. A little bit.
It was.
Like, a little bit.
Yeah.
Like actually at the start did not know she was like that drunk.
Dude, they were.
But it was comical, you guys.
Yeah.
Like, okay, imagine coming somewhere with a friend. And who knows? Are they even good friends?
No,
Maybe they're just coworkers.
I don't think they're good friends.
I don't think they're either.
Yeah.
Because they're just, it didn't give me the vibe. But I swear one would come back from the restroom, then one would leave to the restroom, then one would come back from the restroom, and another would leave for the restroom.
But when they were together, for those like 3 songs, dude, they would not stop talking.
Yep.
And mind you, we just said Dijon is like ballads.
Yeah,
Like people are singing their
yeah.
hearts out. Like it's like love song, heartbreak, like all of that.
Mans is hurt, yeah.
Dude, they were yelling the fuck out of their conversation. I don't
Yeah.
even know how I was gonna phrase that. Like
Yeah.
it was like actually ridiculous. I was like, oh my god, I have never heard someone talk so loudly about such nothing.
About such nothing. Literally, I don't like what are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
But my face is pretty, right?
Like, can you believe that those are like actual quotes?
Like there was a black top girl and a pink top girl. Black top girl would just not shut up. Literally just talking to everybody. Asked us, oh, do you know this artist?
She's like,
what's
are you
your
guys
favorite song?
big fans of this artist?
Like,
and I was
every
like,
single song sounds the same.
also, mind you, he sold out that venue. You did not deserve to be there. There are very much more deserving people to see him.
And she was definitely getting on the nerves of the security person by where we were. Dude, I wish she was like, get out of here.
No, yeah, I really wish like Wait, also, that's another thing too, is like the other girl, when she was like sitting on the floor because she was so drunk, I like kept like making faces because I wanted the security guard to escort her out.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like, oh my
she
God,
was
she's
wobbly.
so drunk. Yeah. No, literally, she was like falling on us.
Yep.
So irritating.
Like I think my foot had contact with her butt. She was more than a papa squat. It was like a
deep squat.
It was like a kimchi squat.
Yeah.
So she just like plopped. She like plopped to be texting somebody down on the floor.
Yeah.
And so it was just so interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were full on conversing, and so
no, it was so fucking annoying.
that was that. I was genuinely surprised because like there was nobody behind me. Like that's why whenever the girl would kind of sway back and forth, I did not mind scooting back because nobody was like right up my like neck. Like,
like breathing. Oh, that's good.
So that was nice.
Because I feel like that happened during Emotional Oranges, where they were just all up in your
yes, I
personal
remember.
space.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
But yeah, no, everyone at this, you see, that's the thing too, is like,
it's like be considerably drunk. Like you can be buzzed and enjoy yourself.
exactly. Like sing along.
Go to a coffee shop if you're gonna like chit chat like that.
I know. Yeah, I was like, you guys could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere, everything, elsewhere. Is that a thing?
Elsewhere, I like that.
Yeah.
Everything, anywhere, everything. What?
Yep.
Everywhere.
Yep.
Elsewhere.
Yep. Also, I decided that if you guys were at that Dijon show, I want to be friends with you.
Okay.
Because after that show, literally, I saw like 3 other people, or like some people DM me and they were like, oh my God, I was at the show too. And I was like,
really?
It makes sense. Shirley was one of them. She was at the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, it was so funny, you guys. Some man's in front of us was FaceTiming somebody.
Yeah.
Like the concert. It was
quite
it was
cute.
endearing.
Yeah.
It was cute.
Yeah.
It was very sweet. And then we made our way out to Hollywood that night.
Yeah, we went to Classic Cat. It's a very good I think it's like very popular for birthdays. It was my first time there though.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna be very honest, the rating was a little concerning.
It was like a 2.2.
Yeah, I was really concerned.
Yeah.
The Google reviews, Yelp reviews aren't very kind to the place, but I thought it was great.
Yeah, it's very Hollywood, you know?
Is it?
I
that was
felt
actually
very
my first
Hollywood.
time going. Actually, well, yeah, what do they call it? The classic cat kitties.
Oh yeah, I think the classic kitties, classic cat kitties. I don't know.
So, yeah.
They're like dancers.
It did feel Hollywood in that sense to me.
Oh.
With like the kind of 20s-ish vibe with the feathers on the top and like the glitz and glam.
And like all the pink and black.
It was just, it was very different from like our usual like terracotta arena-ish vibes, right? Like people are actually dressed up, but it's like not like hoochie.
It's not.
Well, like it's obviously like tight dresses, like bodycon
heels.
dresses,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like ratchet.
Yeah. It's very classic.
Yeah, in that sense I would say it was like Hollywood.
Yeah.
But
no, what I was thinking when I say Hollywood is there's only one time that I've been to like a Hollywood club. It's Hyde. And I actually saw, what's the famous YouTuber?
David Dobrik.
Yeah, I saw David Dobrik and like his
posse.
people. Yeah. Get turned away. It was so funny, dude. I was like, wow, this is great. I'm getting into a club that he just got turned away from.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wait, why? Because they knew he was David Dobrik and didn't want the drama and attention in there?
To be honest, I have no idea. I have no idea what the reason was because I wasn't like super close enough to them to like actually know.
Yeah.
But then I go in there, right? And like, you know, everyone's dancing, everyone's drunk. You guys know I don't drink.
Yeah.
And so I was like people watching.
Yeah.
And you know when it like starts nearing the end of the night and like people are starting to leave and all of that, so like the lights became like a little brighter and as I was looking out, holy shit, I felt like the soullessness of Hollywood. Like it was like very animalistic, like people just looking for people to like go home with. Like you could tell people were very drunk. Like it was like truly like, oh, people come here so that they don't have to like deal with any of their emotions. Like it was very dark.
Yeah.
I like truly felt the darkness of Hollywood. And so I kind of like started to understand like when people like move here from other cities, other states, they're like, oh, like everyone is so shallow. Like I was like, it's because you're hanging out here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the dark side of Hollywood. But yeah, other than that, it was a great experience. Happy birthday to our friend Saba.
Yes.
Yeah, I met her in college. Maybe we'll have her on the podcast one day. She was like, why haven't I been a guest yet? And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know that you wanted to be on it. So yeah, well.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
Dude, it was really funny.
That was a fun night.
Yeah, I love her so much.
Yeah, continuing on with the parking jeans, Hannah found amazing parking right across the place also.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. That was crazy. Hannah caused a ruckus, you guys.
Oh, I did. Everyone behind me was honking. And I was like, nah, I got this. I got my hazards on. I'm ready.
Yeah. Yep. You go, girl.
Yeah.
You go. But as you guys know, this is our last episode of the season.
Oh my gosh, season 4 coming to an end.
Yes, coming to an end, closing it out. And closing it out, what better than to talk about closure?
Ding.
Oh, also, even though I just said that we're going to talk about closure, we should do our little welcome to another episode of
Bulgogipod.
At this point, we're just going to Easter egg it in wherever.
Yeah.
You know? And it's going to be like when you get it, you get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like whether you get it the first minute of the podcast, minute 17.
20th,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're going to just get it when you get it.
Yeah.
So going back to talking about closure, how do we come up with this topic?
Dude, your boyfriend is wow. We were literally coming back from church.
Yeah.
And we were just like talking. We're like, what have you been thinking about? And then like, I don't even know what he said.
Well, I think he could tell we were struggling a little bit
with our other like potential topic.
Yeah. But also I think both of us were kind of hangry, or we weren't hangry. We were just hungry.
Yeah.
I was low
hungry,
energy.
Yeah.
And so he was like, why don't you guys talk about closure? And I think both of us just a light bulb. A light bulb went off. And yeah.
Barbie.
Have we ever talked about closure?
You know, I think we talked about it like maybe briefly in our breakup episode, but like I think it's very right. Every single breakup that you go through, this is going to be something that you have to also go through. Like the question of, oh, do I need to have a closure talk? Like, oh, I feel I didn't get closure. Like that's very common.
Sure.
And so, yeah, I think it's good to like dedicate an entire episode to it.
Yeah.
And I mean, just in general, I guess, like how do you feel about closure? Like in your previous relationship experiences, like what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah. I think like currently how I feel about closure, I don't know if I need it.
Okay.
Like, so in my previous relationship, I want to say that I didn't have closure.
Okay.
But I'm fine with that.
Right.
I moved on fine and well.
Right.
And I don't know, I think there's this misconception of like when you break up or you're going through a breakup and what it's been a week or a month, 2 weeks, I don't know, like that you need that closure.
Right.
But funny enough, I felt the same way. I almost felt like, okay, we've been dating for a year and a half. You owe this to me. Like this is the least you can do is like hear me out. Like let's just like cleanly package the situation and like right,
and then be done with it.
And be done with it.
Yeah.
But I remember going through my previous breakup. I feel like I surrounded myself with a lot of people. Like I knew, like it takes a village. So right, like I had dinners with you and dinners with other friends, and I was having a brunch with a friend. Or no, it was not brunch. It was lunch, just first floor of my company. And I remember she was telling me about just like why do you need the closure? Like, and it in the moment it felt like she wasn't on my side. That's what it felt like, right? Because if I'm telling you like, oh, like I just want him to know like the reason why we broke up.
Right, because it was you that did the breaking up.
I don't want him to like leave and go out with the wrong idea of like what just happened. Like I want to lay it down like this is why.
Yeah.
Right? But she was like, but what about that? Like what's going to happen after that? Like what's the point of it? Right? So if you do ask me in that way, it's like, oh, I guess yeah, it's like for me to have the last word.
That's the thing too. It's for you, right? Ultimately, like it's quote selfish because it's like, oh, let me feel better about the situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so that was a long-winded answer, but so going back to me having said like, oh, I think people think however many years, and that was only a year and a half. So imagine like, I don't know, 4 years. Like, yeah, this is, you owe me this. It's like if the intent, what's the intention behind it?
Right.
Like if you're not trying to make things better and get back with the person, or like what's the point? Like, and for me in that closure conversation, or actually I didn't have a closure conversation.
Right.
So the reason I justified like, you know, not being like being okay with not having it is I knew I didn't want to get back with this person.
Right. Because I think a lot of times closure talks are disguised as, oh, let me use this as an opportunity to get back with my ex.
Yeah.
You know, like even though you're broken up, I think like especially the first like month or so, things are still so fragile that I think people have hope of like, oh,
exactly.
Maybe like with a little bit of distance, like we'll like be able to like think and reflect on our own and then come back.
Yeah.
And so that was also kind of my experience too, was like, I had this initial conversation, right? I did the breaking up and then obviously it like came to a shock to him. But he was like, oh, can we talk in a week and basically like make sure that like my decision is my decision. But the thing is like, I think that was kind of, I want to say like disrespectful, because prior to me doing the breaking up, I made sure that this was a decision that I was going to make, right?
Yeah.
Like I did all the future reflecting. I literally recorded videos of myself being like, okay, future Hannah, you know that this is the right decision, and it's going to be really freaking hard to make sure that you like are firm in your decision, but like this is, you know what's best for you, you know how things need to be. So the fact that he was like, oh, like maybe like she didn't think things through, I think I felt a little disrespected. You know what I mean? And so I think it's just like a lot of times closure discussions can be just disguised as like false hope. You know, even like speaking of false hope, another thing that I did when doing the breaking up, I made sure, even if I felt like, oh, like, you know, I still care for this person, like I'll still love you forever, whatever those feelings are, I made sure not to say those things, because I think that it can make breakups harder when it's like, oh, if you still love me, then why are we breaking up? Or like, if you still care for me as a person, why are we breaking up? And so it was like using discretion and discernment in what I was saying as like a goodbye. Like, we're done. Like, there's no hope of us getting back together, but that doesn't mean like I still care for you, and like leaving it at that.
But not saying that you care for them.
I didn't say it. I said it in like a, oh, I appreciate our time together. Like it was very like past focused. You know?
I didn't think about that. Well, you know, and funny enough, just about the whole thing about the respect, right? Like I feel that mine kind of came quickly too. I don't think it was a surprise on, you know what I mean? Like how you said like yours to your ex might have been a bit of a surprise. I don't think mine was too. I don't think it was a surprise.
I don't think it was a surprise.
You don't think it was a surprise, right? I mean, maybe he expected us to talk it out, but I think he might have been hurt. Just, you know, maybe to him it felt like giving up, but I, out of respect, was giving him time to think about it, right? Because I was the one that was like, let's talk.
Like later on? In a week or 2 weeks or so?
Exactly. So when would I have wanted to talk? The day after, I mean, a couple days. But I think it was one of our friends who was like, well, Julie, not everybody processes things like at the same pace as you do. Like maybe they need more time to think about it. So I remember internally, I didn't like communicate this to him, like, you have 2 weeks to think about it. Just like, okay, I'm not gonna bug him. I'm just gonna like
leave
just
it.
wait for him. Kind of, I guess, a little passively, like wait for him to reach out to me.
Right.
But he didn't want to. Right. So that's why when you told me you were gonna go talk and have this closure conversation, and you told me what happened afterwards, I was just so proud. Because I really do think you're in a state of vulnerability, and like you're super fragile. Like, not that I like think about this, but sometimes I wonder like, oh, if my ex did want to talk to me, like how would the conversation have gone about?
Right.
Like, would I still be in that relationship?
Right. Like have gotten back. That's so crazy. And you see, I think that's closure enough. Him not wanting to have the conversation with you, I think should, quote, like be the closure. You know, to be like, oh, okay, if they don't want it, then I don't want it either. You know, like I want somebody who's like fully 100% in it, rather than like maybe just reciprocating what you're feeling. Right. Like it's that whole thing of like, oh, I want someone to like me. I don't want to like someone because they like me. Does that make sense?
Oh, for sure.
You know?
And you know, it's crazy that you had that moment of like, I actually didn't know the part of, you feeling a little disrespected by, him kind of making you like second guess, like, are you sure? Right. Like,
right.
Not invalidating, but just not believing you, I guess.
No, yeah.
Right. But it's funny because I feel like I had one of those moments too where it was truly clarity that this was the right move. And for you, it wasn't, video format. But mine was, I was really writing down what had happened. So like step by step, scenario by scenariio, all the things that were penting up.
Dude,
and
you were carrying that journal around with you to going out places, like surjeeps.
I think I have it with me.
Oh, you have your journal?
I think it might be the first entry or the first or second entry in this.
Stop it. Is that it?
It is.
Oh my gosh.
It is.
Any words on closure there? From 2020, Julie?
Oh, wait.
Oh, Yogi, it has the date.
But this is actually my previous work stuff. Maybe it's in a different diary. Is it in a different? Oh, it's in my white one.
Yeah.
Which I don't have with me. I got so excited.
It's okay.
This thick journal, this thick entry is about my horrible ex-boss.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll move on to closure within the workplace.
Oh, for sure.
A little bit later in the episode.
But yeah, I'm saying, going back to the whole clarity, it's because after writing all this out, obviously you're emotional because you're kind of like putting yourself in that situation again.
Right.
And you're getting kind of angry and like, but it deserved this. And I truly do remember when writing it out, like feeling like I wanted him to know like how much he hurt me.
Yeah.
Or like why he should not have me as a girlfriend anymore, essentially.
Like he does not deserve me.
Exactly. Like that's honestly kind of how I felt.
Yeah.
But at the end, it was like, even though like you hold on to like the time spent together,
like
almost
it's like sunk cost almost.
Like a year and a half, like 5
years,
close to 2 years, like
12 years.
How can I let that go? This person knows me so well, knows me without me having to even explain myself, right? But I think writing it out, like why, like this was the decision,
right?
Just helped me so much to this like solidify.
Yeah.
Like this is the concrete answer.
Yeah.
Right?
That totally makes sense.
Or like, I guess I bring up this journaling part too because would I probably have said rash things if I didn't think it through or calm down a bit, sizzle down a bit? Yeah, probably. And I've also had an experience where I think the closure conversation, well, I was number one, immature. Number two, is still way too heated to even be having a closure type of conversation.
Right, because these things need to happen when you're so not emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if you could like not be
right,
not emotional, but definitely when you're not just like
either so angry or like so
like, ripping bars. And so, what started off as like a, hey, you come and drop off your stuff and let me like gave you like, take this, I don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Ended up being like me. Honestly, like it's been years since this happened, and
how many years?
And I laugh about it now. This one, what 5-6 years?
Okay,
let's go 5 years.
Okay.
I laugh because now thinking about the situation, wow, it really seems like a mom is yelling at a child.
Wait, okay.
That's how I like remember it now. Was me just like yelling at him.
Okay, wait. So you said to him, "Come get your stuff." Like how did this all go down?
More so than like me giving him his stuff, it was give me my stuff back.
Oh,
like I'm not out here trying to buy another like blankie and like give me my stuff. Oh. And I'm very protective of my belongings.
Just
I feel
territorial. Yeah.
And so it was more like a give me my stuff back. Like I think I was really into those what do you call it, like the coloring books?
Oh, the adult coloring books. Yeah,
they're kind of expensive.
They're very
like I bought it, I had the oceanography, like the ocean one,
the garden one.
The garden one. I have the garden one.
Yeah.
What are they called?
I don't remember.
Mandala. Anyways, a coloring book with my set of colored pencils. Like now thinking about it, in the moment I felt, I don't know, was I happy? I think in the exact moment it felt super refreshing being able to tell him everything I wanted to say.
Right.
But did that make me feel any better afterwards?
Like sad about what exactly?
I think my recent breakup, it wasn't like recent, but the more recent one, it was truly about finding closure within yourself and knowing you are like you're okay. Mm-hmm. Whereas the first one, was I did everything in the opposite way of the second one. Essentially.
Okay.
Right? Like you have the talk, like you're kind of hopeful, but kind of hurt by his response because
he didn't like fight for it almost.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of like closure, is feeling like there was still more that you could have fought for it.
Yeah.
Or like you wish that the other person would have fought for it more.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like, not saying that like breakups are like a cry for attention, but they can be in a way if you are in like a breakup, get back together type of relationship.
Yeah. And so don't fall for it. You know, when you're going to grab your stuff, when you're going to give the stuff back, what is your advice?
I truly think it's thinking about future you, and like think about the whys as to why you're breaking up with them.
Yeah.
Or like why, oh, now I see why we need to break up.
Yeah.
And then just like staying firm in that. Like you have to respect yourself enough to like not get back into it.
Yeah. And you know, going back to like, I don't know if you guys remember my check-in from 2 weeks ago, but it's the same thing with seeing somebody that you're not fond of, right? I don't think I can like, if I had to return stuff, which funny enough, in my previous relationship, there was nothing to give and take.
That's so crazy.
Physically.
Dude. Yeah.
It's really interesting. Like, I don't know if I can like give it to him, like without there being like
Anger attached to it.
anger tension, not tension, like sexual tension. Like it'll probably make the situation worse.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
I would probably have some toot in my tone.
Yeah.
Or a look on my face.
Yeah.
Like I would have to mail it to the person, or have like leave it in on my porch for him to just like pick it up. Like no in-person contact.
To be honest, I think that's maybe the best way, because right, like after breakups,
I feel like you're not like that though. No.
Well, that's the thing, is I'm not really like that, but after breakups, I definitely believe in no contact. Like I am 100%, I'm not going to look them up because that's self-preservation.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not going to go through their tagged photos. Like,
so how do you, and you didn't.
I didn't do any of it.
Queen of stalking. And
Queen
you
of
didn't.
stalking. I did not look up anything, because every single time I was like, oh, I wonder what he's up to, and like almost looked him up. I was like, I'm gonna feel worse after this.
Yeah.
For sure. And so
sometimes I think I have amazing self-control, and then I'm like, I really don't.
yeah, that's the biggest thing too, is I think it's about self-control. Like I know that I'm gonna hurt myself. Like I may be curious, but is that curiosity worth like having a bad night, you know? Because like I would probably stalk them at night and then like not be able to sleep and then just like continue thinking about it. Like it's not worth it.
And I think because I know this about myself, that's why I burn myself out with other things, to a point where I'd get so tired where I would just knock out, right?
Right, because that's when you would like go to work, take 2 boxing classes, so you didn't have to think about it. Yeah.
But that's I would you say many people are able to do that? Because the thing is, I feel like I'm not even curious. Like you just look it up to look it up. But was I really curious? I wasn't even curious. But why am I looking it up?
Why would you look it up?
I don't know.
Because you were curious. Were you deep down curious? Were you deep? Was it more? Like, was it more of like a hate search? Yeah. You know what I mean?
I so know what that is.
You know exactly, right?
Is there a word for that? Like you dislike somebody, so you want to know what they're up to.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely, dude. I had that the other day.
Dude, I feel like too many people fall in that category.
Yeah. No, I'm a hater. I am a hater at heart. Literally the other day.
I really am too.
Somebody that I don't really like posted on Instagram, and I almost hate posted on Instagram. Like I almost posted my own post because I just hated the other person's post so much. And you know what's funny? Joyce was doing the same thing.
Because of that same person?
Yeah, the same person.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
She was hate posting on her story, and she's like, wait, you're doing an in feed post? And I was like, yeah, I am. I'm about to post in feed.
Okay, what does that mean though? Like in response to their post, kind of like, did they caption something and you responded like in a passive way, or you just did not want them to be on your feed? So
it was more like,
you were like,
oh, this person is doing cool things.
Oh my God,
and
I'm cool. Oh gosh, that is exactly why I deleted Instagram. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say sometimes it's like triggering. And can I be honest? Like, you know what Venmo needs to be better at?
What
is fixing their what do you call it? I don't even know, their back end system of identifying like who you want to Venmo or not, because I mean, you're kind of up there on my list too. Like when you click on who to send money to, it auto populates. Yeah.
You know?
But
wait,
he's not my top anymore, which I'm very happy about.
Wait, Julie, speaking of, I think you need to go through your Venmo and private every single transaction, because there was one time when I was stalking all of your transactions and all of your transactions with your ex came up. Dude.
You know why?
I do know why, because it was in the description.
No, but I feel like you can't get that much context like from the description. It was because we play so many game pigeon games and would bet money.
No, I know. It was that and Monopoly deal. It was always $1, right? I know that. And so I saw every single transaction. I was like, here, take it. Here, take it back. And I was like, oh my gosh, Julie, you need to delete these.
I'm getting hot. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, do you have to do that individually?
I don't know how it works.
Not.
I think you may have to do it individually.
What about just send me like a cent, like 100 times?
Me?
Yeah.
People will still scroll back.
They really will.
Yeah, because I scrolled all the way through, Julie.
You did.
Yeah, I don't remember why it was though.
Yeah, you were trying to identify how much of my Venmo transactions are food.
Oh,
or like what types of food. I don't remember why.
I don't remember.
But yes.
Yeah. And you know, all the closure stuff, I think a part of it is doing all the cleanup, right?
Yeah.
Like for myself, deleting them off of Venmo, unfollowing Instagram. Like I don't delete photos because I'm a hoarder.
Yeah.
But right.
Yeah. So that too. I mean, because, you know, I'm a very like, I love photos, or I love taking photos. And it wasn't so much that I was attached to like our experience together.
Okay.
It was just like a memory of my lifetime that I was holding on to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But, you know, being a hoarder myself, and I have to clean out my Google Drive because it's just very close to 100 gigabytes. And I would pay extra for it. You know, you got to clean it out a bit. You start to like realize, oh yeah, this one I'm not like, I don't need, right? Like when you're so fresh out of it. And what I was telling you about that, especially that, you know, that first month, right? And I think this is with anybody, unless it was like an extremely toxic relationship, who knows, right? Like you kind of hold on to like that, oh, but that what if?
Yeah, like
right?
what if we get back together and I don't have any photos?
And then I deleted it all,
yeah.
Right? But there are people who actually just delete it all regardless.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're as attached to photos as like we are.
Right.
But I'll find myself like just so easily being able to let go of that now. And so I think for that type of situation, time truly heals. But yeah, I was pretty quick about unconnecting on so many forms of social media. I think like maybe like a month into it, I did regret it. I was like, oh my God, why did I like now? Because now I can't check. Right. But so thankful I did that.
No, yeah, I think it's good to just, like you said, cut off everything.
Yeah, just do it. Yeah.
Because also, I think a mistake that I made when, like, you know, post breakup was like, we had a shared album. And I told him, I was like, oh, I want to keep the photos. Like, I'm going to stay in the shared album. But I think that was giving him false hope to like want to get back together. And then also, I didn't unshare locations immediately.
Yeah.
And so every single time I had to do one small thing, it was so painful. So it's like, you know, like when you have to like send like a risky text, like you literally just have to do the thing and then throw your phone.
Yeah.
You know, throw your phone across the room.
I have a bad habit of stop sharing my location when I get mad. So it's like the first thing I do.
Really?
Yeah.
you don't deserve to know my exact coordinates.
Exactly. So that's how I felt with Instagram too, is as soon as we broke up, I think I was, for the majority, always public, but then I went private because I didn't want him to know what I was up to out of pettiness.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
But then once I kind of got okay, I was like, okay, he can see like how much fun I'm having.
Yeah.
Which was also petty of me. But definitely LinkedIn, cut it off. Facebook, cut it off. Snapchat, cut it off.
Damn.
Location, cut it off.
All of it.
I think I deleted, I think like okay, maybe not the next day, but within the week, I think I had deleted every single family member's phone number.
Oh, their family. I was like, your family?
Yeah. Oh, my sister does that sometimes when she gets mad. She didn't have my dad's phone number saved for a very long time.
Oh, yeah. My mom got mad at me once because I said I was mean to her.
Yeah.
And then she
blocked you?
She actually didn't know how to block me. So she had to ask my sister.
Shut up!
But then it was straight up like blocked me on email, unfollowed bulgogipod, unfollowed my Instagram, unfriended me on Facebook. Like it was everything.
My sister's new age. She unfollowed me on TikTok because I think she blocked me because I tried to send her like TikToks and I couldn't see her name. But sometimes like TikTok's a little glitchy and who you send things to. Yeah. So I was like, oh, she's not populating whatever. I was so oblivious to it, and I was like, oh, Rachel, I can't find you on TikTok. And she was like, yeah, because I blocked you. I was like, oh,
are you mad at me?
So.
Oh, okay. Well, moving on to another type of closure that you may need.
Yeah.
Should we get into this?
I feel like, dude, like work, I feel very conflicted.
Okay.
Right? Like when you have a conflict and you need like closure, I think it really depends on who your boss is, number one. Mm-hmm. But also, like, I think what I struggle with is like vouching for myself and knowing my value versus being greedy and like, trying to be patient.
It's the balance.
Right? Yeah. Right? What did I say? It's vouching for myself.
I got it.
Yeah, vouching for myself, knowing my worth versus being greedy and being impatient. Right? That was pretty sick. I'm pretty good at this.
Yeah.
The other ones are really hard too. And so I think the thing with, I don't know if it's like a generational thing.
Okay.
At least for me, I think I'm still not very good at identifying what to say professionally and what not to say. Because I have been so fortunate with having very like personable managers. Yeah. Except for my previous one.
Right.
And so even like now, I don't know, like is being super truthful and honest gonna hurt or help me?
Yeah. No, I think work is actually a really tough one because, I didn't necessarily like have like bad conclusions with like my previous workplaces, but for some reason I always feel guilty for like quote moving on.
Yeah, dude, I don't know how people do it.
No, yeah, because I still think about like even my first job, I still think about like how I don't really keep in touch with them and like how things like, it was just like, oh, okay, like it was a very cordial end, but like for some reason like it doesn't feel
but you know people who have gone like happily and like they'll throw dinners for them and like right? How do you do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
And so I am struggling with that a little bit. I think like, for example, kind of more recently, like I think I've spoken to my boss about something that was on my mind.
Okay.
But it was reassuring because he was like, yeah, like if you do have any thoughts or like feelings ever, just like tell me. But I don't know how literally to take that. I don't know how literally I should be taking that.
That's the thing is like with work, I think it gets tricky because for me, I'm such a people person. So like I definitely fall in like the category of like, oh, if your mental health is struggling or anything like that, anything personal, that above everything else. Yeah. But I think there are some people who value work so much. So it's like, oh, even if you are struggling like mentally, let's say like, I think they would take on like more so we just work through it. Like we need you. Like you have responsibilities here as an employee.
Yeah. So for me, it was definitely impacting my mental health. So it wasn't like, it falls under mental health, but it was just like, it was like stressing me out. Right. So I don't think the conversation really like fully resolved it, but helped me be at a place where I could be okay with it. Right. Yeah. And so that was kind of the closure. So I ended up talking to my boss. Right. yeah, I think like, yeah, where I struggle with is I do find so much meaning in work.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like your balance of like trying to decide whether to stick through it or just moving on to another workplace.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I think that's very personality dependent. Like,
yeah, for sure.
One of our friends is always like, I just work here.
Yeah.
Whereas other people, they
like, I could never.
Yeah. Like there's a lot of buy-in for you, you know? Whereas like, it's like, oh, nah, just do the bare minimum. Like they don't care about you, you know? So yeah, I think that's very personality dependent. And then even with like friendship breakups as well, to be honest, I've never had like a quote closure talk with those. Yeah. It's just like we drift and now I just watch them from afar. Yeah. You know?
Well, and I guess there were more friendship breakups than I thought I had experienced, and they're kind of more indirect, right? They're not like actual like don't be friends with me anymore. It's just like kind of awkward now.
Exactly.
And I think those have kind of built up, and that's a big reason as to why I just didn't want to be on Instagram. Because I mean, I've said this before, it's just I don't want to unfollow them, but then it gets a bit awkward when like they notice that you unfollowed them
or block them,
or like I've noticed that somebody's unfollowed me, and it's just like, why? Yeah. And even if you did, well, you didn't have the, you had the audacity to just unfollow me, but not have me unfollow you.
Oh yeah, so you still want that Instagram ratio.
Exactly. So
I have a solution actually.
Yes. What is the solution?
I've been just muting people's stories and posts. Yeah. Every single story I see, unless you're in my top 10 people that I like, you're muted. Yeah. Yeah. Just know that. Yeah. Because I just like I don't want to know about your life, to be honest. Because even if I don't have ill feelings towards you, I don't want even a chance of getting jealous or feeling FOMO. So I've literally started, like, have you seen that one girl on TikTok? Her entire feed is blank because she muted everyone.
So, like, I guess my thing is, why have it then? Like, why have an Instagram?
Yeah, because I'm having to individually mute everyone.
So then are you going on just to use that as your platform to post things that is not even centralized, or it isn't decentralized, so like they can mute whatever like Instagram ever wanted to do to your post, if right? And then what, are you just trying to feel glorified by how many people like your post? And because honestly, when I deleted it, I could still see the number. Mine hadn't changed to like the anonymous. But so now are you like, do you want that because you want that instant gratification of, like so and so commenting so pretty, gorgeous, blah blah, like what's the point if you're gonna have it all muted?
You see, for me, I think it's like
research.
Mine is networking. Mine is I need to know what like certain people are up to in case I need their services one day. Yeah. Like if I need a photographer, I follow a bunch of photographers. If I need a graphic designer, I'm like, okay, I need to have you on Instagram because that's like truly my LinkedIn. Yeah. So yeah. So I think friendship closures, that's another one where I definitely believe in like, oh, you just have to give it to yourself. Yeah. Just being like, friendships ebb and flow like everything else. Yeah. And, we were at a high point, and
I guess I was thinking about closures just in the context of like having a conversation. So now, just backtrack a little bit with closure in the context of leaving a workplace. Oh, right. To your point of just like when you left your first, like, honestly, I think from everything is, we're all so different because of our personal experiences make up who we are. Right. And to my evil previous boss, like, I thought I was doing her a favor by telling her everything
that you had qualms about.
Yeah. Just like, hey, like, and not even like in a I'm always right, you're wrong. Like, just like, hey, like, to better your guys' team dynamic in the future, like,
how about you not suck?
Like maybe have like team meetings.
Yeah, like
where like everyone's on the same page. Yeah.
Like maybe not be so sneaky,
or like maybe the job description.
Yeah, maybe just like the bare minimum.
Yes. Yeah. And so then going on to friendships.
Do you feel like you got closure in your friendship breakups?
No.
Right.
But I think, no. There's a movie with Kate Hudson.
Okay.
Something Borrowed.
Okay.
Have you watched it before?
I feel like I have, but I'm not too sure.
I don't get it. Does not seem realistic. Essentially, essentially,
Spoiler?
oh yeah, spoiler, because this is like Hallmark, like 2011. Like if you haven't watched it, it's rom-com. You're probably not gonna watch it. So oh yeah, her name is Jennifer, but Ginnifer.
What? How egregious.
Jennifer. Maybe it's Jennifer.
What about Jennifer?
Okay, let's call her Jennifer. Jennifer Goodwin and Kate Hudson, right? They're best friends, and Kate Hudson's kind of like not a cock block, but essentially Jennifer and Colin Egglesfield.
Okay.
Should I just use their movie names?
Yeah,
I think I should just use their movie names.
I think you should.
Right, there's a Rachel and a Darcy, okay?
Which one's who?
So Rachel is Jennifer and Darcy is Kate Hudson.
Okay,
all right?
okay.
So Rachel and Dex are in law school together, and like they're about to they're like kind of flirty, but then like Rachel's just so like she's so kind. So then Darcy comes to the bar, kind of cock blocks, and then she goes for Dex, and Dex like was sending signals to Rachel, but Rachel wasn't receiving it because she was just such a nice person. So somehow, fast forward, Darcy and Dex are about to get married.
No.
Right. But then yeah, Rachel and Dex do the dirty, and like, cause they're like, they always had a crush on each other. Right. So as like the best friend, like Rachel's on the side, just always like the love of her life is like about to get married to her best friend, because her best friend is like big personality, main character vibes. Like Kate Hudson, Darcy is like super main character vibes.
Wait, this is like that movie with the sister.
What sister?
I think it's another Kate Hudson movie where like the girl and her boss, like she has a huge crush on her boss, and then her sister is like the big personality and steals the boss away.
But I know this movie.
You know the movie, right? And then they like
Wait.
And then the sister, is it 27 Dresses?
I think so. It is.
It is, right?
That's not Kate Hudson.
Oh, who is that?
That's that girl that got fired from Grey's Anatomy.
27 Dresses.
Yeah.
Oh, she's the
What's
Cameron
her name?
Diaz?
No. Catherine Hegel. Yeah, Catherine Hegel. Yes, that is.
Diaz.
Yes. Yeah. Catherine Hegel. Yeah, that's the movie.
Okay.
But
Okay, wait, but going back to something
back.
borrowed.
Well, I mean, there's a lot more plot. I mean, there's a lot more in between. But I mean, the movie ends and they're like, they didn't like talk it out. I mean, they just fought, right? Usually with friendship breakups, it's not really like you don't have a conversation about, okay, so let's just go our separate ways. Like you don't have that type of conversation.
Right.
It's just you have the fight and then you just
yeah, I feel like it's like just like either slowly drifting or like hard drifting.
Yeah,
you know, hard drifting.
Hard drift. Yeah,
hard swerve.
Yeah.
Hard
swerve. Yeah, hard skirt. Yeah, that was the word I was looking for. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and yeah, I think with those it's just accepting that.
Yeah.
You guys are no longer.
I mean, that's what happened in the movie. Essentially, they just accepted it, and the ending scene is just they're in New York City, and they cross paths on one street. They pass each other, look back. I'm really happy, like literally something along those lines. Like I'm genuinely happy. Like I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
And then they walk away.
Right, because I think a lot of times with friendship breakups, especially like. I don't have super ill feelings towards these people. It's just I realize that maybe at the current moment who they are doesn't align with like who I want to surround myself with. Like maybe it's a difference in values, but it's like I like very much cherish the memories that we like had together.
Yeah.
And like I wish the best for you, but I just know that like we just took our separate roads and like our values don't align anymore. So I think it's just like accepting like almost like, oh, you know, if we were to come back together because like our values do start to overlap, I'm perfectly happy with that. Yeah. But I'm not going to force it. So yeah, I think that's my thing. Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I feel about friendship breakups.
Yeah.
Or friendship
closures. Yeah.
Yeah. So overarching theme.
Give yourself the closure.
Yeah. Ask yourself why you want that closure. And if it's for egotistical reasons, like think again. I think again.
Yeah.
Right? Like what are you gaining from it?
Yeah. Because this is going to be a bold statement. I think closure is unnecessary.
I think it is too.
Wow. Same page, baby.
It's very unnecessary. Yeah. And did it take me some time to like get on that level to accept that it is unnecessary? Yes, it really did.
Oh yeah.
Right? It did, but I'm so happy.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I think it's just
I just feel like you're giving yourself another opportunity to get hurt.
Yeah, it's like reliving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like all these emotional feelings. Sorry, did you want to like read it out loud again, like to the person who hurt you?
Which you literally did 2 breakups ago.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You didn't feel good.
I did, and I didn't feel good.
Yeah.
I didn't feel good.
Yeah. So take Julie's word for it, guys. You don't have to go through this.
Yeah.
By yourself, because Julie already lived this for you.
Yes, I'm letting you know. So
yeah. Okay,
that's
cool.
all.
Well,
Closure.
thank you guys so much for joining us for season 4.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah, if you guys haven't caught up on our episodes, do that in the meantime. We will be back in August.
Okay.
With season 5. I'm letting Julie know too. We're coming back in August.
We'll be back in August, baby.
Does it sound good to you? What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
Well, I mean, we could change it.
Sounds good to me.
Just sometime in August is what I assume.
Yes.
Yeah, it could be the first week of August. It could be
baby.
the last week of August. It could be the second or the third week.
Yeah.
Any of
or the
weeks.
5th week.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think August has a 5th week?
I don't know.
Let's see.
I'm going to say no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh! Look at you.
There is a 5th week.
Calendar
wow,
genius.
August looks really long.
It does. It looked really long.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
But yeah, have a good summer, guys. We love you so much.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think like both of us have learned like our capacities in terms of seasons, and like at least for us, like, right, we want to experience life, have new stories for you guys, and also like make sure that we're taking care of our mental, physical, spiritual, emotional health. And so it's just like making sure that we're not getting burnt out and all of that.
I feel like this season was very interesting.
It was jam-packed.
Yeah, wait, let me see season 3. I feel like season 3, kind of everything was in a similar vein.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it was very, like, we didn't challenge ourselves in terms of, like...
Topics?
Not even topics, but just, like, just, like, our conversation, the lengths that we could go. But season 4...
Dude.
We had some amazing guests, right? I don't think this was the very first episode, but, you know, starting off with our common word of the day, D-job. Yep. And talking about getting back with your ex, which is very common.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Very common.
Yeah.
To then, FOMO and high school and our long-lost friend, Sean Nam.
Long-lost friend.
Sean Nam. And then, I mean, like, you guys, you know, my relationship with my parents took a turn from the beginning of very beginning of our baby, you know, season 1. And so just addressing that, I think 25-21 will always be a very memorable episode.
Dude, I was so delusional during that episode.
You really were.
I was extremely delusional.
That was the episode you were crying. Were you crying?
Yeah, I think I cried during.
You started off crying. You started
I did.
off crying, like snot coming out of your nose.
Yeah.
And then just like totally butchering every single character's names. And then big one. Like, I guess I don't remember I don't even remember the main character's name.
Peg Yejin and
Yeji?
Oh, what was I gonna name my child?
Yeah. Hido. He doesn't even remember future child's name. I'm talking about sustainability, and you guys.
Surely.
I finally moved out.
Yeah.
And I mean, you guys, the past couple episodes we had, Max, Leanne,
dude,
and Parsa.
And Parsa. That's so crazy. And guys, we have big things. We have a big things for season 5.
Big banger.
Like what?
What do you call,
streaming level banger?
Ooh.
Streaming level. That's a hint.
Ooh. I don't know how many oohs I can. Ooh. Like I'm talking like somebody related to Shang-Chi. Somebody related to Shang-Chi.
Yeah, and comedy.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's a big secret.
Everyone has absolutely no idea what we're talking about, but you're just gonna have to wait until August, whenever.
Yeah.
For us to talk about it. So.
Yeah, but follow our Instagram in the meantime.
Yeah.
And our TikTok at bulgogi.podcast for updates. Twitter at bulgogipodcast. Me on Instagram at HANAKATTT.
And me at BJULIFIED on TikTok.
Loading sign.
Yeah.
Loading
Did you
sign.
see my face? I was like, well, because I was like thinking about what I wanted to say next after I said my handle, and couldn't remember what part of the handle that I said.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like I want you guys to call me out if I'm not keeping up with
your TikToks.
Yeah.
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 Cool. Other than that, we love you so much. Bye, everybody.
For the last time of season 4, our favorite number one. Like, should we belt it out like a beltin oo?
Wait, question. Are we doing
oo?
pul and kogi? Or is it bulgogi? Are we doing that? Or are we going to stick with the oo?
I think it should be bulg and ogi.
Okay.
So I'll go first and you choose a pitch.
Okay.
Bulg. I said give it your all. So I wasn't going to do any less than giving it my all.
Okay.
Bulg.
Dude, that sound I made with my throat was crazy.
I'm gonna drool.
It was like a strep throat type. Crying.
Okay. My non-existent fingernail. Literally holding on by your fingernail.
Okay, bye.
Bye.